Mexico's most wanted drug lord, Nemesis Ruben Oseguera Cervantes, better known as El Mencho, has been killed in a military operation that unleashed coordinated violence across several states, paralyzed transport networks, and prompted security advisories from the United States and Canada. The Mexican army said the 59-year-old leader of the Jalisco New Generation cartel was wounded during a clash with soldiers in Tapalpa, Jalisco, and died while being flown to Mexico City. Let's go across to my colleague Aditya Wadhwan to get us more details on this. Aditya, talk to us about some of the illicit activities that were being carried out by this individual.
Well, absolutely. Mexico is known for running drug cartels, and particularly, this drug lord, has been killed by the Mexican military, was allegedly running a huge drug network across the length and breadth of Mexico, and in complete, as soon as the Mexican military had killed this drug lord, this drug cartel had also hijacked the airport in one of the Mexican city. We could see a visuals or video of the wherein a large where everybody was seen running at the airport in one of the Mexican city, and completely the situation is now expected to remain violent due to this due to this killing of this Mexican drug lord. After Pablo Escobar, he's the second. There are several drug lords, but very prominent. He was a drug lord, and definitely now we could expect a further violent action in this regard. Kriti.
All right, seeking more details from you, Aditya. Do continue to be with us. Viewers, moving ahead, let's also tell you that according to Mexico's Secretariat of National Defense, security forces from multiple federal branches carried out the operation in the town of Tapalpa in western Jalisco. The operation marks one of the most consequential blows to organized crimes in Mexico since the arrest of Joaquin Guzman, known as El Chapo, and Ismael Zambada Garcia, co-founders of the Sinaloa cartel. Within hours of the announcement, cartel gunmen set vehicles ablaze, blocked highways, and clashed with security forces in what authorities described as retaliatory violence spreading across at least 5 states. Aditya is there with us to get us more details on this. Aditya, clearly violence has now spread through this cartel to 5 states in Mexico. How is the current situation on the ground really like?
Absolutely, the violence is spreading in the 5 states of Mexico. All the drug cartels, the militias related to all the drug cartels are in constant firing with the Mexican police, and completely the law and order situation has gone to the dogs. So definitely, at this juncture, there are concerns as to how these things will be controlled, because there is a huge network and a very sophisticated network of the drug cartels operating in and around Mexico. They have underground tunnels where they operate from, maybe underground railway tunnels. So completely at this juncture, there are concerns as to how things can unfold in this scenario. So there are little concerns as to how this will be, whether this will be a major law and order problem in Mexico or not. This needs to be seen. Kriti.
Right. Aditya, thanks for those details. Do stay on. Let's also now tell you, viewers, that U.S. Department of State Consular Affairs has released a travel advisory in Mexico. It says, due to ongoing security operations and related road blockages and criminal activity, U.S. citizens in the following locations should shelter in place until further notice. These locations include the Jalisco state, including Puerto Vallarta, Chapala, and Guadalajara, and Tamaulipas state, areas of Michoacan state, Guerrero state, and Nuevo Leon state. The advisory recommended avoiding areas around law enforcement activity, minimizing unnecessary movements, monitoring local media, following instructions from authorities, and contacting emergency services by dialing 911 if required. In fact, Canada's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has also said it was closely monitoring the situation and rapidly evolving security situation in Jalisco, particularly in Guadalajara and Puerto Vallarta. Canadian citizens were advised to adhere to shelter-in-place orders in affected areas. Several American and Canadian airlines have also cancelled flights to parts of Mexico following the violence. Aditya, we're learning of a lot of chaos at these airports, especially with the cancellation of the flights. How are the affected passengers being serviced there as of now?
Well, absolutely. The flight operations have been, cut, due to this ongoing violence, in Mexico. So completely, Kriti, and at the same time, even the United States has issued a travel advisory for its citizens in Mexico. So completely, the situation is further expected to escalate from here, as far as this violence in Mexico is concerned, because the drug cartels, the drug lord that has been killed, definitely, all the drug cartels associated to him will definitely now are looking for a revenge, how they can take revenge. So completely at this juncture, it needs to be seen how things unfold in this scenario. And it is a matter of concern as to how things are unfolding in Mexico. And completely, the situation is not right, and it needs to be seen how things unfold in this scenario. Kriti.
Right. In fact, was the killed Mexican drug lord Nemesio Ozeguera is commonly known as El Mencho and famous for the bloody trail of bodies he left behind in battles with government forces and rival gangs. An ex-police officer, Ozeguera, who's 59, was a shadowy leader of the powerful Jalisco New Generation Cartel, or CJNG, an international criminal enterprise widely viewed as one of Mexico's most powerful. Soon after news of the raid emerged, gunmen blocked more than 20 roads in western Jalisco using burning cars and trucks. The unrest is spread beyond Tapalpa to Guadalajara and the tourist hub of Puerto Vallarta, and later to neighboring states including Michoacan and Guanajuato. Aditya is there with us to get us more on this. Aditya, what was the gang, the cartel really infamous for, and after how long have security forces been able to nail it down?
Well, absolutely. The security forces are. The current situation is concerning, because the security forces are definitely taking stock of the situation and how as to things can unfold. So definitely there are concerns regarding this. How this can be done. So definitely the fighting is going on. However, we could expect the Mexican police, to kill all the associated members of these drug cartels, and definitely we could expect a major breakthrough as far as this is concerned. Kriti.
Right. In fact, viewers, let's get you some more details. Several roads were blocked and multiple vehicles were set on fire, with smoke billowing from parts of roads across Mexico's Jalisco after drug lord El Mencho was killed during a federal security operation on Sunday. Reportedly, patients, nurses and doctors can be seen fleeing in panic after reports of a CJNG cartel Sicarias in Guadalajara Civil Hospital in Jalisco State in Mexico. In fact, you can view those visuals from the hospital on your screens. Smoke billowing from roads across Jalisco State. And shortly after, clashes erupted across Mexico after the killing of the drug lord. Videos of a fire or a possible shootout at Guadalajara airport emerged online. However, the Mexican embassy in the US has debunked these videos and said they are fake and generated through artificial intelligence. The embassy wrote on social media platform X, it is false that a plane caught fire at Guadalajara airport. The image is circulating on social media showing a plane allegedly belonging to Volaris on fire in Guadalajara, Jalisco is false and was generated using artificial intelligence. Aditya, amidst all this security operation going on and the chaos that's ensuing in Mexican states, of course, Canada and the US continue to monitor the developments, But crucial here is that fake news and misinformation is not spread online. What measures are really being taken to ensure that doesn't happen?
Well, definitely, Kriti, if you see, the US and Canada are very closely monitoring the situations as to what all is happening in Mexico. And, time and again, we have seen how US President Donald Trump also has been saying that, Mexico should stop, pushing drugs from its porous border that it shares with the United States and completely. Lately, we have seen how the United States is also has been targeting several drug boats in and around its coastline. So completely, at this juncture, there are concerns regarding the current situation, the violent situation that is unfolding in Mexico, and it needs to be seen from here on how things unfold in this scenario because there are concerns regarding the same, and it needs to be seen whether there will be a full takeover by the Mexican military if needed, or if these Mexican drug cartels turn further violent as far as this entire situation is concerned.